Speed up. I've been having problems sharing my content, so I'm going to need you guys to share it. Let me find the video. Perfect. I've been having problems just streaming and all sorts of things. So I'm going to need you guys to share this out. I can only share in my own little networks. So go ahead and share this out. Drop your name if you're going to want a card. Try to share them outside of our networks. I'm trying to get like a good audience on here today. I've been having a lot of problems with my page. Like I'm trying to share it right now, and as I'm hitting the button, Facebook is unhitting the button to share it. Like I'm watching it happen right now. Like I'm clicking the share to a group button and it's unclicking it. So I'm having a lot of problems getting my content out, which is something that just started. Give me a second. I posted this video, like my yesterday's video, like 3 times on my personal page, and it kept getting deleted. Like it was so weird. Like a lot of my content is being seen missing, like in my groups. Like I've been doing this Vax project, and I put up all of these content for it, like the day I did my Vax feed, and suddenly all of it was taken down and like disappearing on crazy levels. Go ahead and drop your name if you're going to want a card. Share this out. I give away an activation off of every video. It's a really good way so that you guys can win an activation, which I'm all about. Let me see. I have several rants. You know me. I have several rants. So yesterday I had all these comments about third eye activations. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of education on it. It is my hope that I am drawing the right people to me. I'm not drawing anyone. If you're tuning into my feed, or maybe you just found it randomly on some page, nothing is random in this universe. Everything was contracted for, which is going to be something we're talking about. Now, it is my hope that I am drawing a certain group to me, the healers, the shamans, the prophets. It is my hope that the people that I'm speaking to already have their third eyes open, activated, or at least have a good start on it. But let's talk about the chakras. It isn't a one-time stop. Like I keep trying to tell you guys about awakening, like, oh, my third eye is open. Cool. I'm cool. Let's just stop doing the inner work. It doesn't work like that. Every chakra you have is going to be continually expanding. So trust me, I am constantly getting my own third eye worked on, upgraded, integrated, activated, and it's nothing but helpful. So let's talk about energy. I am an energy master, but I teach and specialize in several kinds of energy. I can encode energy in any type of way. It's the amazing thing. Everything is made of energy here. So these third eye activations are very beneficial. So even if your third eye is open, you can still get one, and it will completely help take you up a level. You have to understand though, this is not an overnight process with ascension. I've been doing nothing but inner work for a few years now. It's not like an overnight thing. Like I have some people who think, you know, they can come get an activation and they'll level up to high levels of consciousness overnight. While it will start you on that expansive journey, it does take time. This is a cellular transformation from the inside out. Any type of energy work or healing is going to be very beneficial to you, and people are not getting it, that are my students especially. I'm watching you guys collect crystals and spiritual things, not realizing that you're going to have to walk away from your entire lives eventually. This is something we're going to talk about today. You're watching several people do it now, and you guys can think, oh, I did that when I woke up, you know, I'm with my twin flame or soulmate and I'm cool now. No. The relationships you are in now, you will not end in this journey. It's something that I kind of want to go over, these soul contracts that we're currently in. While they are for your highest good and they are helping you heal and transform into the person you're meant to be, these relationships are not going to last. The relationships that you entered when you were on drugs 20 years ago, 10 years ago, before you had your kids, that is not who you are. You were not authentic back then, and these relationships are going to fall in with the rest of these timelines. So I see people not listening to my galactic messages. I am a channel. These are not my words. These are messages for you. Everyone is dying for extraterrestrial contact. Well, it's been here. It's been channeling to you. It's been speaking to you and trying to reach you. Humanity is not understanding that these New Age philosophies are very dangerous. They have people trapped in a fourth dimensional reality, which is not a lot better than the third dimensional one. This is not the new earth we are in. This is not, we just raise our frequency and we're in the higher dimensions and the rest of the world can go to shit in the same place. That is not how it works. There's going to be an actual event where all of humanities, at least the ones connected to the grid still, will merge into one point and we will see an entire new reality. I would like to talk to you about how your life is right now. If you had to, at this moment, walk away from your house, your cars, and your family and restart your life on your own from ground zero, how would you be energetically? Because that is all you will carry with you is your energy. And I've been working on my energy for a long time, as you guys know, right? A few years now just on camera. And I'm going to tell you that when I'm going through this for a trial run, I've been doing this training program I did in California. It was beyond hard. Most of the people that attempted to do that training with me did not finish it. Most of my students who embarked on that same training program, simulation, could not handle it and quit. So I want to ask you, if you have to walk away, because you're going to have to, with just yourself, just your energy, no money, no material things, how are you going to do? A lot of people have their worth based on what they have in their homes and what kind of homes they have, what kind of cars they have, how their kids are. I'm sorry, this is not going to be what you came here for. We didn't come here for the American dream on some deep level. We contracted to save this planet. Like, on some deep level, you are here right now because you took out a soul contract that you would come volunteer to come here and that you would assist in some way on your own galactic mission. And I'm just going to keep going over and over it because this is where our councils are at. That literally there are too many people that are not obligating these soul contracts. It's like my latest topic, right? Only because I hold a contract with each of you. And in my own life, I'm doing an inventory of these contracts. Let me give you some good examples. Some of you are in relationships with these contracts, not understanding that you can renegotiate anytime from here. I was in a relationship where I was told I was contracted to be with this person. It took me under 5 minutes to destroy and renegotiate that contract and move on to a better one that was more of service to my own mission. So a lot of people are not understanding these contracts that we took out and not understanding we still have free will. If anyone is not treating me with respect or respecting my boundaries or is doing anything malicious to me, even if I'm contracted to them, in a minute I will destroy that contract. I will use that to get out of that contract. So there are things happening to humanity that are allowing us to renegotiate with these contracts. And the thing is, if you are even watching my video, on some level you contracted to be here right now learning with me. For whatever reason, it was meant to be for my evolution and for your evolution. So you hold a contract with me on some level that you would come to this planet and you would find certain people, whether it be loves, friends, learning experiences. Any contract was taken out in love, though. I think people are confused. Love was never meant to harm people. We had to understand that these are roles that humanity is lost in. When you made these soul contracts, they were ones of love. They were not ever intended to harm you. We just have to understand this is a free realm world. And there are many levels of illusion and people do not remember who they are right now. You guys can claim to be awake and aware. We are not. We have no idea. If you do not remember me, you are not awake. If you're not remembering the people in your everyday life, how can you claim to be awake? I'm over these communities telling you that you're awake and you need to go wake people up because it stops your spiritual seeking. They want to keep you at a plateau and happy and stopping with your evolution. That is how they keep you in those containment programs. I am coming to lucidity more and more every day. People can go ahead and say, I just woke up. What, again, 10 times? I'm just having, what, reawakenings? You never woke up. There was no creator that would ever put you on this planet asleep to have you wake up. There was black magic used on humanity. If you had a spiritual awakening, the layers of magic are just wearing off. And I know people are really confused with these concepts. I'm in the United Kingdom right now, you can tell, right? I'm in the United Kingdom right now. It's like a different planet. I've been all over, and the people here are very, very intellectual, I'm finding. Hopefully that's my audience. Drop a thing if you're in the UK. Come visit my Sparks of Divine Light Healing business page. I'm trying to reach out. I'm finding people are very intellectual here. Maybe a little too much. I was talking about the consciousness grid, and someone who's so awake and aware of everything happening politically said that they didn't think that I was trying to explain what I was doing here. And I'll explain it in a basic way. I came to access certain areas of the ley line. I'm checking out the consciousness grid and playing with it. And they really could not understand these concepts for how awake people are. They're really lost in the illusion even more to me. That when we're in our minds like that, we tend to buy into those realities and we're strengthening them in crazy levels. So I'm basically on a new planet over here. I was channeling energy to you guys last month from Mount Shasta. I'm channeling energy to you now from some of these heart-centered ley line points over here in the UK. It's pretty amazing energy. I'm finding, though, that in certain areas, just like the humans, as above, so below, when you have a strength in a chakra, it could weaken your others. So I'm finding there is a lot of difficulty with the third eye chakra in these regions. That while the third eye chakra is in this area with the heart chakra, there is a lot of veil or illusion surrounding that chakra here. So there's going to be more levels of ego or illusion in the United Kingdom. Whereas some areas might be better at that chakra, whatever it is. But I'm definitely feeling it pick up on my scan while I'm in these areas. So we're going to be stepping away from illusion. People talk about the veils thinning. Oh, this energy's hitting the planet. The veils are thinning. And people picture, I used to picture like the actual black veils maybe being pulled back like a curtain, right? Any veil is a layer of your own ego. It has nothing to do on a planetary level. This is an individual level. You're all that there is. There's only one consciousness. There is only you in this reality, and you're creating every bit of it. And you can go ahead and keep blaming the government and everything around you, but at some point you're taking that into your consciousness and you're choosing to. There is only you. There is no elite. There is no government. There is no politics. There's only you. And you have to take control of your entire reality. We think we live on a globe and that we're all in the same reality. It doesn't work like that. We're in our own little box, fourth dimensional reality prisons. I look at it like I'm right here, Brittany's in her own little box over here, and we can go ahead and merge those realities, but at some point humanity is going to do something bigger where we're going to figure out how to jump off those fourth dimensional timelines and make actual shifts in consciousness. People talk about it, oh, I'm making a shift. Okay, great, you just bought a new car. Sorry. You just bought a new house. You really think that was a shift in consciousness? Okay, let's talk about this. For me, I've only been through a couple of those shifts and they were hard as hell. Sorry, I'm getting texted. They were hard as hell. But to me, that was jumping off of a timeline into a parallel reality. That was a real shift. And it took me 3 years of inner work to be ready to make that shift. So I know people are talking about, I'm making huge shifts over here. Really? How's that parallel universe treating you? Are you in an entirely new reality where things are kind of the same, some things are different? I know we think that with the Mandala effect, but we're doing a trial run, a lot of the light workers, for an actual merge point of humanity. And when I did it as a practice trial run in a training program with a few people, it was beyond hectic, beyond crazy, and most people could not handle it and quit. Sorry, I'm getting text messages, right? So there's a lot of confusion in these own communities, which I'm so actively involved in. A lot of you guys are finding my video from my own groups and my own communities that I help build. I've been very, very active in the spiritual communities because I used being service of others and working for free karma to elevate spiritually. That's how I moved up the spiritual hierarchy. That's why I'm always encouraging you guys that we're getting sorted, whether we're service of self or service to others. And I keep saying everyone on this planet is going to say their service to others. I take care of my kids. I take care of my family. I'm a good person. It doesn't work like that. It has to do with polarity. You've been on a spiritual journey your entire life. And if you're having a hard time, it's because the universe is trying to get you to choose a polarity. If you're still having hard lessons, it is because you have probably not been polarized. And so I know everyone thinks that they're service of others, but you're really not until you step into your role on your mission. I know you can think that because, I was a really good person too, and I would always try to help people and do the right thing. But trust me, I had a service of self-polarity until I shifted into my mission. So, since you hold a contract with me, after I left Pennsylvania, I did not like being in the public eye the way I was. Too much of my life was real public. I didn't like it. I learned valuable lessons. My own followers attacked me on crazy levels over like a relationship that ended like in the past. And I didn't like it. So I asked to be removed. You guys are seeing I'm not active on Facebook. My entire page is dead. And I actually removed myself and was replaced and relocated to a counsel position. I am a healer. I'm going to continually be put to work even if I do quit what I'm doing at the moment. So with this counsel position, I am in a new position to, if I have an issue with one of my own personal contracts that I hold and someone is in non-compliance in some type of way, then I am in a position to bring you in front of my councils in the astral, dream world, whatever you want to hold, in other dimensions. I will counsel meeting you. And I hold power because my name is on those contracts. So I have a say in them equally, just as much as you do. And I am going after the people that are not on their missions. You are awake. You're claiming to be awake. You're aware. You're conscious enough that you're tuning in and watching my feed. So I'm wondering what the disconnect is. Why are the light workers that have been on their missions for years doing extra work? Because if you're not on your mission, I'm going to be doing double work. Someone is picking up that slack. So there are too many starseeds not on their missions. If you do want to do calculations, there's 365 million starseeds here at the minimum. I personally think that no one would have incarnated into this planet after a certain year period that was not a starseed or angelic or from higher realms or dimensions. I just think that with the times that we're in, that everyone came here to assist on this planet. Every single person. Yes, even the people you perceive as evil, bad, harming you, they are just lost in the illusion and they have no idea who they are. You have to remember, like I said, magic and mind control has been used on humanity for a long time. So, a lot of you guys are like, oh, I don't know what that means. Well, that means that you have two options right now if you're not on your mission. You can go ahead and contact me. A lot of you guys are drawn to anyway. You can go ahead and contact me. You're going to have to at some point if you're tuning into this video. Why wait? You can contact me. You can start to share our content. You can start to help in other ways. And I hate when people act like, they can't help in any way. You have infinite time and nothing you're supposed to be doing here other than your mission. What else do you have in life? You can go ahead and keep being lost in those illusions of your family and your cars and your money and your job. That's not what you came here for, and I'm going to remind you. And I have no problem waking you up. Waking you up for real to who you are. This is not it. I don't know if you came here already, your higher self. Everyone's trying to attain this future six-dimensional version of themselves. That's who you are inside. The core of you is your future self. If you understand how time works, there's no state of perfection to achieve. You already came as that perfect state. So we're always trying to do this inner work. Like, I can't do my mission. I had to keep healing for years and years. You know what? I started my mission on drugs. Yes, you guys saw me. I detoxed off of the worst batch of pharmaceuticals. Like, I don't even know. And I was probably sick detoxing for a good year on camera. And the universe apparently thought I was okay enough to start my feeds and be in training at that point. So people have all types of excuses as to why they can't be doing their missions. If you're watching this feed, you're probably one of the ones I have contracted to activate or attune in some type of way. I'm going to do my little ad right here. A lot of you guys are going to be feeling this internal compass to just reach out to me. Come message me. It's happening, trust me, every day. Because at some point, you're going to have to reach out to me. So if you need to set up a reading, an activation, attunement, or get on your energy classes so you can start your mission, the link is above. Some of you guys, all of you guys, should be the healers. What makes someone a healer? Being a pure channel. How do we become a pure channel? We need to be attuned to the right galactic frequencies so that we can channel that galactic energy. So a lot of you guys are not realizing the pull to me. You're just merely meant to get activated or attuned. I'm going to be doing cards now, so make sure you're dropping a name if you want some. The thing is with cards, it's very hard for me to channel energy to thousands of people live. It takes more focus. If you do contact me for a reading, I go into your past lives and your future probabilities. You have a lot more control over what timelines you're choosing than anyone has ever given you credit for, I assure you. So my readings are a little different. I do Akashic work. Please make sure you guys are sharing this out. Like I said, if you're late joining me, I give away an activation every day off of this video. I go ahead and contact you if you want. Share this content out. It's less about what I'm saying to you and more about the energy that I'm putting out. And yes, we do need to remind humanity of what we came here for. If you're not on your mission, you'll be continually depressed. Why do you think we see Xanax everywhere and all these antidepressants everywhere? I was miserable no matter how much money I was making or how good of a job I had. I was miserable on deep levels. I had anxiety. I had depression. I was going to the doctors for the same garbage everyone else was. That's because we had to be on our soul path, our soul mission. You'll never find your bliss or fulfillment in the monetary ever. You will only ever find it through honoring your higher self and your soul path that you chose here. You're getting slammed around to wake you up still. So for being awake, people are still going through crazy events, huh? You're still seeing kind of similar things. I know you're handling it better because you are more conscious and you're more aware. But let's get real with what we're creating. It all looks the same to me. We can keep sugarcoating it and saying to ignore it. And there is a fine line between ignoring it and being part of the problem. If we don't speak, who will? If we choose to ignore it, who's going to speak about it? It just keeps happening. So there are dangers in the very philosophies around us that we're embodying. We're waking up, we're going to Google like I did. I went to Google, I learned the Law 1, I even started teaching it. I watched a million YouTube videos. And holy fuck, every one of them was a spiritual prison, I realized. And I'm now freeing myself from that, and I'm stepping away. But there are very dangerous philosophies, just like 3D, keeping everyone in the spiritual world re-imprisoned without even realizing it. And this journey for me is about a liberation. Glad you think this is funny, whoever's laughing. I can't wait to pull your contract, and you're going to deal with me, and I can be a bitch. I'm glad you think this is funny, that the planet is going to be annihilated in under 10 years. And to me, these timelines are moving rapidly. I'm saying like 5 by now. These timelines are moving up in crazy ways. I'm glad you guys think this is funny. That we destroyed our future with technology. We want to talk about Atlantis? That's our future. We destroyed ourselves. We put ourselves back in time to try to prevent that. So I'm glad you guys think this is really funny. Okay. I'll see you later. I think that's funny when I pull you in front of my galactic councils I work for, because they're going to give you an option. This is how funny it is to us. You guys had children here. You guys have families here, and you have things that you love here. And we made those contracts to ensure that when you came to me laughing at me in my contract, I will have some pull over you. And when you get counseled, it will go down like this. We will hold everything that you love and hold dear in front of you on this planet, and we will give you a free will choice. Do you want to leave, or do you want to assist and step into your role? So I'm glad you think this is funny right now. These contracts are very serious. You think that you can what? Take on an obligation? Why do you think you had to make those contracts? You were responsible for all of this too. You created this. You were responsible. Why do you think you contracted to fix it? You should feel a liability like no one else. You should feel a responsibility that would keep you forever incarnating back here on a loop trying to fix this. We've done this before unsuccessfully every time. So I'm really glad that everyone thinks this is such a joke that we need 365 million starseeds to even try to pull off a global ascension. And at this point, it's not going good. That's why I'm bringing down these hard galactic messages. It is not going good. The starseeds that are awake and aware can't do this on their own. Every contract either needs to be obligated, or you're going to be leaving this planet because you're part of the problem at this point. So if you're not obligating your contracts, you're going to be seeing a lot of people dying. Wow, oh my God, we're seeing drug overdoses, whatever it is. You're going to see a lot of people start to leave this planet right now. So glad it's entertaining for you. You'll see how entertaining it is later for anyone who is not listening to me, because I'm going to start citing you guys in crazy ways for non-compliance. You're seeing it with the people around me in crazy ways. You guys might not be realizing it. The people around me have been thinning out for a while. This is a journey for the adepts. Like, only certain people are going to be left here at the end. Bradley. Good morning. You should be celebrating that you even have made it this far so that you could listen to me bitch you out. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to save the planet. It's very, very serious to me. I even tell my own family that I am not here to make friends. I'm here to do my mission and to do my job. Don't kill the messenger, or you might really be in trouble later. But you should be celebrating right now. Like, we've all come so far, but this is just the beginning of our journey. We haven't come to lucidity yet until you remember who I am and who everyone is around you, until you actually bypass that magic and get all of your memories back from your past lives, like I had to do. You are not awake. You're not lucid. You're only beginning to. It's a journey into consciousness. It's continually going to be expanding. So I know you guys think you're past all this and you're so awake and you're so aware. How come you can't remember that your girlfriend or boyfriend killed you or fucked you up in a past life and you're meant to just heal and run? Why are you still perpetuating these cycles if you're so awake? Why are you not remembering? Because on a soul level, you know. You can go ahead and keep deluding yourself about your American dream and the relationships, but there's a reason you're fighting. There's a reason there's disharmony. You can go ahead and let your ego keep tricking you and deluding you, but on a soul level, you know these relationships are not for you. So we can keep acting like we're awake and perpetuating the same karmic cycles life after life. But we have a long way to go. Gabriel Lozanzo. I'm very serious this morning. I'm sorry. I've been in council meetings the entire time since I came to the UK to prepare me for this. I am going to continue to step into my role as a leader. I knew that from day one, that we needed leaders. People hate that word. I've been training a bunch of them. We actually need to step into those roles as the spiritual leaders that we are. Are you not seeing a trend here with our roles? And I had it explained to me like this. Any of the real leaders that want to be leaders should not. So the fact that you don't want to be one tells me you're a real leader. And we have to step into these roles for humanity at some point. Because look at, I have someone first comment laughing. I'm telling you, I'm going to cite you for non-compliance. Google that word. Figure out what that means on a contract galactic level. And you're going to laugh at me when I'm telling you I'm going to pull you in front of galactic councils. for non-compliance, and you think that's funny, that you're here not obligating your soul contract. You think that's gonna fly. That's why we have these contracts, to ensure we have to fulfill them. So I'm glad everyone thinks it's funny, but the people that are on their missions, like Gabrielle, should be using this week to rest. I'm going to be resting until this space storm energy hits. Let's see. It'll hit about Monday. I don't have my full moon calendar out right now. But we're going to have a galactic space storm with upgrades coming Monday. A lot of people are already starting to feel the energy, but honestly, we're at a calm in the storm. We go through certain energetic cycles, and one can learn to be adept and to navigate those really amazingly. That's why I'm always doing energy reports. This is about communication. We're in Gemini. We're going to have a Gemini new moon on Wednesday. We should be embracing communication. I'm communicating with you now, and people aren't seeing that I'm just merely a channel. I'm coming to you as a council representative in a very serious capacity, and a lot of people can't see me, which is fine with me. I love the way the universe works. I love the way the universe will hide me from the wrong people. I'm noticing a trend lately of who can see me and who can't see me. So the people laughing at me can't see me because they're not meant to. It's like a protection mechanism. And that's another amazing message. If people are not seeing you, your family, your friends, your old friends, if they're not seeing you for who you are, then you're not meant to be around them. The people who cannot see, I would run fast from. I would cut them from your lives. You're not going to wake them up ever. There are spiritual components at play. Seek the people that can see you. Seek the people that you're vibing with on the same frequencies. While we may have people falling in and out of our movements, we're all vibing on the same frequencies. If you weren't a vibrational match to me, you wouldn't even be tuning into me. That's how you found me, from my vibrational frequencies I'm putting out. So stick to the people in your own life that can see you. Danielle, good morning. We're letting go of fear. People, oh my God, this is like a huge thing, the root chakra today. And people can act like there's no fear. How can you not have fear when you've lived out this life before? Like I said, we already have lived these futures over and over on repeat. You know what's going to happen. We destroy ourselves. How can you not have a fear of destroying the whole planet and us being responsible for it long, long before Egypt? We created all this a long time ago. We perpetuated these karmic cycles that have just kept on going, and eventually we destroy our entire planet and everyone on it. And we keep coming back and trying to correct these things throughout the ages. How could we not have a fear? How could you be secure in your American illusion? How could you? How could you not be seeking something more, or on a soul level to not understand we did not come here for this? So let go of fear. It's hard to stay grounded if you're spiritually tuned in because you understand these things. That's why humanity is stuck in those first lower chakras mainly, those first 3 chakras. Most of humanity has not evolved out of those first 3 chakras. Each chakra correlates with a density. Think about it. 3rd dimension, 3rd density. Most people are in those lower 3 chakras. Fear, guilt, things like that. Ego problems. We need to evolve out of that in a crazy kind of way. Brittany, I know I see you and feel you already, like with the hearts. Brittany knows that while I have to be hard on you. People get so mad. They want to sugarcoat ascension. How about I just, for the second time since what I thought was an awakening, I must have woken up again, right? I just woke up again. More like I broke through those layers of magic by doing my past life activations on myself. I started to get smart with energy. I figured out I could decode it anyway. I stepped away from those boxes that I was taught in. And I began to remember what I could do, aside from what I had been taught. And I wanted my own past life memories back. The actual memories. Not someone telling me I'm a Blu-ray, which is bullshit too. Not someone telling me, oh, you're a Blu-ray, you're Syrian, whatever, Pleiadian. Not that bullshit. I wanted my real past life memories back, and they were nothing like you're being taught about, I assure you. The places I saw were not anything like we're being taught about, trust me. I wanted those, and I needed those memories back myself. And the thing is, you guys can have your own Akashic access when you're ready. And oh my God, you guys are awake. You should be ready then, right? I mean, honestly, you should be able to access the Akashic energies any way that you want. But we're still blocked, clearly. So I began to encode energy and do my own past life activations on me. I probably did 4, and it was like opening Pandora's box. And I got back everything that I wanted. I think humanity doesn't know what to ask for on very, very serious levels. We can receive anything we're asking for. We can instant manifest anything that we need. So as long as we're in these comfortable spiritual boxes where we're believing we're awake and we're better than everyone, and we can go wake them up and heal them and all this, it's going to prevent you from attaining what you really need to spiritually progress. Just know you have infinite decisions. I'm trying to learn that. I don't just have my this will happen or that will happen. This dualistic, good, bad, yes, no. We need to step away from that, but we need to get more creative with what we're manifesting. Because like I said, you're responsible for every timeline you're picking. It is less of a choice to me and more of a timeline on a daily basis. Every choice you have, whether I'm going to pick this card or this card. Okay, we'll use this for an example. This is a choice, right? Make choice A, choice B. These are timelines. I'm going to jump timelines based on my choices and conscious probabilities all day long. So we have more control over the natures of reality than we've ever led to believe. Through your mind and dreaming up better probabilities, you will land on them and pick them. But we always go to the worst probability, right? This will go bad. This is going to go awful. I'm doing it to myself right now with my United Kingdom situation all over the wall. I'm sure you guys can see it, right? I'm doing it to myself. We tend to self-sabotage in crazy ways. Like, this will go bad. Oh my God, this could happen. You're creating it. That was what happened. You were indoctrinated heavily. Your mind was enslaved since birth in ways you can't even imagine. But worse than that, your energy's been being put into the very paradigm you hated that you were born into. And you know how I know you hated it? Because that was you in a past life too. A life you did not enjoy. So why would you continue to put your energy into the same paradigms? So we need to step away at some point on larger levels. And we're going to do that as a group. We came here to learn with a consciousness group. The only reason that I hold contracts with this group is because behind the scenes I hold an important role with our consciousness group as a healer. So we came here as a group, and we will ascend out of here and levitate out of here as a group. When everyone is ready, I cannot leave until all of you finish your experiences here that you contracted for. So it doesn't matter if I'm done and I liberated, or if you're done and you liberated. We do this as a consciousness group. Jamie, I tried to go outside live. I'm dying to, because it's like gorgeous. It's different weather. There was bad Wi-Fi. I'm still kind of working out my device issues. The lighting is like beyond awful in here. I forgot to put it on again. I probably should have. I don't really care at this point. I think it's more important the vibrations that I just have to put out through this feed. Little to do with anyone tuning in. I have to come on this feed and put out certain vibrations on a daily basis for whatever it is we're trying to do galactically. So, I'm trying to go outside. I have to fix the Wi-Fi. We don't really like authority. Why would we? You were that authority. Everything you hate about these systems, you did to other people. We came here as spiritual healers and teachers, and we enjoyed the power, and we enslaved humanity ourselves. And it sucks when we're on the bottom rung of that, right? What comes up must go down. Laws of the universe. It really sucks when we're the ones being tortured, targeted, and persecuted. How we can elevate out of these systems is forgiveness, discernment, and understanding of ourselves and what took us to these places. Because like I said, we should feel a responsibility for all of this on very deep levels. I feel a responsibility and an obligation to humanity that will always put me outside of anything I ever want in this life. I am completely willing, and I've proved it time and again, that I will sacrifice my own life and what I want for the good of all. I've been doing it continually since I started my mission. Because I owe an obligation to humanity. We all do. So if you guys think that you're not just as liable for all of this as me, we're from one consciousness group. We came here as a group and enslaved humanity. It wasn't just me. It wasn't just you. We did this as a soul group. We always incarnate here as a group. And we're not living together in one area as we did in past places. We're very spread out so that we can become that grid to try to turn it on and fix all of this. So there might be like a disconnect between who we are to each other. But like I said, if you were awake, that disconnect would not be there. Let's see, Brooke. Oh my God, I don't see it, and you're reading my mind. I'm like, Brooke, that was like my next topic. I might have to do it tomorrow. Attachment. Okay, the word attachment is so multifaceted, but it really goes into my entity talk I want to have so fucking bad, Brittany. I'm just unraveling. It's great. Level 500, because that's what we do. We like to burn brighter. All right. So, when we can see the spiritual can see us, I like to say. So, if you're very spiritually inclined, you might be more open to spiritual problems because of our sight. We have been targeted many, many lifetimes through our love. That's why there's such love distortions now, right? People have this fear of love. We were targeted. We came here. Like when they tell you to go within and meditate in the New Age communities, it's like a joke to them. It's funny because you can't access what you brought on deep levels. We think we can, okay? We think we can. Humanity got data encrypted at some point. This is like a holographic reality. It's like a computer simulation. We got locked up. Like everything that we hold is inaccessible at this point. And trust me, if you could access who you were, you would just in 1 minute stop and shut down the whole matrix. In 1 second, you could on your own, okay? I don't think people really realize who we are, what we brought with us, and that's why there's this confusion and people are lost with who they are. That is why we do these activations with you. We're trying to unlock what you brought with you, and that's hence the draw that a lot of people have to me. While I have lived intergalactically in past lives, I'm not a starseed per se. I do, as I said, work intergalactically. I am a channel for all types of places, and I am a council member intergalactically now. But I would not identify, like my soul imprint is not galactic like most of you. I keep on trying to put this out in videos, and this is what the knowledge that I had brought back to me because I got access to my entire Akashic, my entire past lives, futures, anything I wanted. So I could really understand myself a lot more deeply. But I am kind of like a light language person. I'm into light languages. That would be my original languages. While some of you are galactic, I am a light language imprint. And some of these light languages are able to decode the Starseed galactic languages, like kind of like a master translator. So a lot of you guys are feeling this pull to me because on some level, energetically, I can unlock the data that you hold. I look at kind of like encrypted flash drives. And so it's kind of funny. You can meditate, and we need to. Don't get me wrong. All my students know that we should be meditating for 20 minutes a day. And if you don't have time, then you need to meditate longer. If you don't have time and you're working too much and you're doing this, then you better start to meditate a lot longer than that, or maybe twice a day. Maybe do 10 minutes twice a day. How long do you sleep a day? Sleep is a meditation. Sex with the right person could be a meditation. Of course, it's very bad with the wrong person energetically, and that's where we're at. These relationships, a lot of them are lessons to teach you to leave. They're lessons in self-love, teaching you to leave eventually. And they're detrimental and very harmful for our energy. You don't realize that's the biggest way your power is being taken through sex. That's why I'm so crazy about it, right? So I'm so level 500 about it. That's one of the biggest ways that your power has been siphoned. Through your love. On crazy energetic levels. Just know that. So attachments. What kind of attachments do we have? Usually to love, to people, to places, to things. So this word attachment is very multifaceted. It could mean entities, But I mean, if you have an attachment, would it not be an entity? Would it not be something spiritual? So it's very multifaceted. We're about to see, as we're stepping into the light, we're going to continue to draw darkness to us. We're healers. We draw the broken. Some of your relationships, you were not meant to be sleeping with this person. You were meant to be healing them. But have discernment. People have to want to be healed. If someone has like an entity problem, like my friend has a guy she's dating with a real nasty entity that keeps attacking her and coming back and saying he loves her and attacking her again. Have discernment. You cannot heal those that choose not to be healed. On some level, if people have an entity, they let this thing in. They wanted it. I believe it makes them feel powerful and that they like it. That it gives them an illusion of ego power and they like to have it. And these entities feed on fear and anxiety. So who is an empath here? Raise your hand, everyone, right? All of humanity is psychic and empathic. So I hope you guys are back at that place. Who's empathic? Who picks up anxiety from other people or whoever has? That's probably not anxiety. It's probably an entity hitting your scan, just to let you know. So I know I used to get a lot of anxiety. Like I would go out in the matrix and I would feel anxiety all the time. Like to the point where I was on a ton of Klonopins and Xanax all the time. I was feeling anxiety. If you're feeling anxiety, it might be an entity lighting your skin up and you might want to leave. It might not be your mom just has anxiety. It might be an entity that you're feeling. So one of the biggest red flags for entity will be either in a, anxious chest feeling or they feed on fear. They're bringing that anxiety out in you to feed on it. So if you're feeling anxiety, that's a huge red flag to get away from your current situation, whether you're living there, dating the person, around your family, whatever it is. Your body is like the best barometer there is. Instead of people listening to it, they're going to the doctors and medicating. If you have a health problem, your energy is out of balance. And if you go take pills, it will make you worse. And if you've ever taken a pill and it's healed you, it was merely the placebo effect and you did it with your mind. I assure you, if you look at these chemical components of what are in these pharmaceuticals, it's frightening. I tell people to take like essential oil or ginger and they have to go research it for 2 hours. And I tell anyone on pharmaceuticals, have you ever Googled the ingredients of what are in these pills? And they'll look at you like you're crazy or on crack. Like, let's get real here, though. Do you know what was in those pharmaceuticals you guys were taking? No. But you used your free will to go take them. And people are taking your power through these pharmaceuticals in major ways. Anytime you're going to take any of those big pharma drugs, they're mixed with some magic and you're handing your power away. You ever notice that people on drugs, their spiritual abilities get completely shut down? They weren't shut down. They're being taken and being used against us. If people could step away from these attachments, bad relationships, right? Drugs, material things, whatever these attachments are, this would be a game changer in a minute. Stop giving away your power and I'll stop having to fight those powers being used against humanity. All we have to do is take back our power and everything around us collapses. We're holding it up. It's like a dream realm and everything's made of energy. And if it didn't have our energy going into it, everything would change in the blink of an eye. So, I'm not sure if you mean like material attachments. A lot of you guys are going to realize that your vibration is going to affect what you're channeling. Like I said, I was on a lot of pharmaceuticals, right? And it was very bad for me. I had attachments. In a very serious way that I had to heal from and get away from. But if you elevate to a high enough frequency, none of this stuff is going to phase you. And also understand while I'm on my entity rampage that they can only affect your own thoughts by making you think negative things. So if you heal your mind, these things can no longer phase you. Brooke, you're welcome, or anyone is, to go ahead and message me on this business page. We do shamanic soul retrieval. So my shamanic healing package deals with both entity removal and a shamanic soul retrieval. And it's pretty amazing. You guys should probably check out my shamanic healing package, whatever it is, if you're having any type of issues like that. It takes great skill to deal with these kind of issues, especially with that. You're trying to come into more harmony. We need to achieve balance. I'm sorry, things are out of balance here. We know that anything not for the highest good of humanity is going to leave. It's going to be ultimately destroyed, right? anything not serving us ultimately goes. Well, there's a lot of things not serving humanity in these realms. People think we're going to go fix and change this world. It was never possible. Don't waste your energy. Focus on yourself right now, because this is a hologram. You can go ahead and run around and try to change it. It will not work. Eventually, this entire program is going to be rebooted, and we're going to see something new and different and amazing. And like I said, I can say we're on a 10-year timeline, maybe 5. The universe doesn't work in time. If any psychic is telling you, like, this is going to happen on this date, they're full of shit. Time does not work like that. If you guys try to reach me, it's hard to translate into your time continuum. So just know that I don't have like a time stamp on this, but we're out of time. The time is now to act, and it's not going to happen when you guys running around and trying to fix the matrix like a lot of you guys are trying to do. It's going to happen by you guys going inward, working on your energy, and that's about it. That's all you can do here, is work on staying as high vibe as you can every day and keep working on your energy and purifying yourself. The Egyptians were about an amazing purification method. They understood spiritual alchemy. They understood these things, and that's what we're attempting to bring back right now. Brittany's been on her mission since day one with me, supporting me and vibing with me, and I have to say that takes a warrior to still be around me, because there are those that like to try to divide our movements, especially with me. I'm stepping into my power and my role, and it's less about what I'm doing now and what I have the capability of doing. Because like I said, I'm just coming to lucidity and waking up like you guys. I'm not awake either. I don't remember everything around me. While I have these recognitions and glimpses, I still have a long way to go to. But there are those that see and can access, like I said, more than we can right now. So I tend to get targeted a lot for our movements because I am a voice for them. I am a spokesperson for them. I am even maybe ahead of them. So it really takes a lot of discernment and being able to see through the illusion to stick around me. I used to get really upset when people would separate from me. And then I understood they couldn't see and they needed to go anyway. So instead of being upset and trying to follow those people or have them come back, I needed to have discernment in letting the people go that were being removed from me. And the same with your own and everyday lives. There are people being removed. Stop chasing the people from your past and look to your future. Nathan Walsh. I already manifested that. Thanks for the help, though. I've been putting out crazy messages, and I'm paying attention to who's picking them up because, you know, if you come see me in a year, I'm going to be even more of a bitch to you when you come to me and say, what am I supposed to be doing with you? Why am I being led to you? Because every person has their own individual reason why they agreed that they would want to come work with me on whatever level. And I'm going to be able to tell what that is. So the longer that you guys wait to do this, the harder it's going to be for you. Like I said, your body's changing on a cellular level and you can't do this overnight. That's why the people who are not doing the inner work and who are collecting stuff and are not focusing on their energy are going to be screwed later and might not make it. There are people that have been doing this energy work with us for a while that are not making it. So just be aware, you might want to focus on your energy, patience, and planning. You need patience with me. Some people are not realizing that. As an energy worker, if I'm tired or if I'm having a bad day, I'm not able to do energy work. It takes a certain state. And be glad I'm like that, right? Be glad I'm like that, because there are those healers who would just do whatever. Have patience with the universe as well. The people and entities that are assisting us right now are volunteers. I am a volunteer. I am not obligated to be here. While I'm contracted to be here, I could leave anytime. I hold power over my contracts because I'm consciously aware of them, unlike most of you guys. But be aware that the ones that are assisting you, that you need the most, are volunteers. So through acting entitled, you will lose any help that you could have had. By living in ego, you will lose your assistance. We need to step back into being humble. There's nothing more humbling than my role in serving the healers and the shamans and the prophets and the light workers. The most spiritual people on this planet come to me to work with me. And it is very, very humbling that I could learn how to teach in the first place, or remember how to teach on such amazingly gifted people. I couldn't begin to tell you the stories that I hear from the people that I work with, and how amazing it is just to be part of something so spectacular and so amazing. And your role is none the less. It is no less than mine. You should be humbled that you're special enough and you're important enough that you hold a piece of this puzzle to even save this planet. That just by being yourself and vibrating at a certain frequency, because that's all you're supposed to do, that this whole thing will fall together. It's less about what you're doing and more about the energy you're putting out. So me just being in vibrational harmony with my higher self, that's all I have to do is get on this feed and put out the right vibrations. All you have to do is heal yourself, work on your energy, and put out the right vibrations. And that's how we're going to light up this grid and crumble our entire reality in crazy ways. The people in my everyday life, like my family, cannot understand my mission at all. It's probably not for most to understand. I barely understand it. That I really didn't understand a lot of, like I said, the relationships around me. I had an experience where I was kind of like going out with someone from the United Kingdom before I left. And I wanted to know what the relationships consisted of around me. So I was spending a lot of time in the Akashic. And then I began to understand my own role and how I had drawn this person to me and in what capacity. I don't even understand a lot of what I'm doing, but in a basic way, I scanned a lot of you guys. Maybe I attuned you. Maybe I did energy work with you. Maybe just watching this feed, you're being galactically scanned through me right now. You're being uploaded and up into basically like a big computer system. You're being scanned on every level, like biometrically, and you're being uploaded. So on a regular level, I was probably just vibing with this person. I don't know, because I had attuned them. I've attuned most of you guys, whatever it is. I don't know if it was through my attunement or just hanging out, talking to them, vibing with them, whatever it was. In some capacity, I had scanned this individual, and when they were uploaded, there was like a match for that scan. They held the same soul imprint language as me, and we were sort of matched up to learn together. That's how a lot of these relationships occur. That's how we're contracted with one another, either through our current lessons or where we're from galactically. So I don't even think I understood a lot of what was going on with me energetically and the role that I was playing. That sometimes we're going about and doing our mission and we're not understanding it because there's things happening around us that we're not even aware of. Oh my God, Michelle, I didn't get your message. Message me on the business page. I'm blocked on Facebook for life. Like, my entire regular account is inactive. Like, I haven't checked it in over a month. I've been banned for going on 3 months. So if you need me, you have to message me on this business page. I'm lucky I'm even streaming. My entire channel was shut down. Like, if I wasn't on another account and I didn't have a business page, I would be shut down completely on Facebook. And I'm seeing a trend among certain channels, like the Vax person I'm going to do an interview with next week. His channel is shut down worse than mine. And I see where people are like, our friends are pushing crazy topics and stuff like that. But really, let's get real. I talk about love and light and auras and Reiki. Like, so I can see some of the, government conspiracy kind of channels. But like I said, I went on a mission to Mount Shasta and I had to retrieve some information, and the second I did and I started to put it out there on feed, my entire channel was shut down. I haven't been back up since. Even though I'm streaming, my audience is completely limited who I can even reach. I can't even share my video. So I didn't get your message. I'm connecting with you on these realms so that I can heal you in other realms. I do my site so that I can do a greater mission, which is totally different. So I basically have 2 missions that go side by side. My site, which I love, which supports me so that I can do a greater mission for humanity. So a lot of you guys are reaching out to me in your dreams. Be glad it wasn't a council meeting, right? A lot of you guys are connecting with me in the other realms, and you will be. That's pretty amazing. Make sure you message me. I'm trying to help manifest an abundance. You are that grid, and my job is to heal that grid. I'm also testing it out for weak spots in crazy ways. I'm sorry, we need to strengthen our grid. And there are areas that have been infiltrated, not only by the elite, but by light workers around us. And I'm going around and I'm testing that grid out in crazy new capacities. And you are that grid. My job is to heal you if you're part of that consciousness grid. So a lot of you guys are just realizing, oh my God, I'm feeling this pull to this girl, or I saw her in a dream, or whatever it is. My work is with you guys. Just know that our intent is to manifest a brighter future for humanity. That we could be living in abundance where everyone's taken care of and we didn't have to work these prison planet reality jobs for food and somewhere to live. We've lived in beautiful places that were nothing like this. We came from realms of peace. While we did manifest a lot of negative experiences that is being, pulled out of humanity and focused on, we really came from some gorgeous, beautiful, amazing origin places. And everyone is just all different with it. So just know that we're here to manifest peace and abundance for humanity. Yes, Nathan is awake. At least you are awake and you came to my inbox. That tells me so much, and it's going to put you in a totally different category than most people that I'm going to start to get real psycho with later. Sorry, it's just me. Don't kill the messenger. You're a healer. This feed is the healers. I work with the healers. You're a healer. You cannot heal if you are not healed yourself. I'm seeing this happen all over. Or you will harm people. You might think you're healing them. You will just harm them energetically. You have to be completely healed. That really takes a lot of work. Like everyone knows, all I do is spiritual work. So my job is to heal the healers, to teach you, to attune you, to activate you, to get you where you need to be energetically so you can go heal the world. What are you sacrificing your energy to, Nathan? I'm going to go ahead and do another. What are you sacrificing your energy to? It's a big topic. We don't realize. You think that you would just feel drained, right? Well, you are. Why do you think everyone's so tired all the time? You're just so used to it. You were born into that reality. It's no different. You're just always so tired, right? We have infinite free energy. You should always feel like recharged, amazing. Like I feel like I'm glowing, right? Like whatever. I'm bitching at everyone. I'm still smiling in a good mood, okay? Like, let's get real here. We have infinite free energy. If you haven't found that bliss or that nirvana that people are talking about, then you just have more spiritual work to do. How about this moon storm's a good gauge of how much work you have to do. How are you handling the space storms? Because I'm seeing the same people still coming unraveled and having a lot of spiritual work to do. These space storms are a good gauge of how you are spiritually. Jason, I hope so. I'm glad you can feel it because I am feeling the craziest energy that I'm listening and I'm paying attention. I hope you guys are because I know that it's coming through me and I'm speaking to you and people just will be like, oh, there's that chick being bitchy and crazy again. I hope that everyone is paying attention on deep levels. I'm coming to you in a very serious capacity over and over again regarding your missions. And it is not my intent to have you come assist mine. The people that run to me and say, I would like to be of service. It's very limited that I could even find something for you to do. My intent is to give you a push onto your own path, onto your own mission. So we'll do it in whatever capacity we have to. People were not doing it on their own. You guys have had a few years since 2012, since the energy should have been hitting you, affecting you, waking you up, whatever it is, and there's too many people not on their missions right now. So we're going to use those contracts to give you a push into your role for humanity. So you're going to be really successful. At least you're feeling the energy. Not everyone can feel it around me. I work with the craziest energy. Like I'll do this feed and I'll take a break and then I'll come back and I'll do I have a bunch of energy work and readings to do today. And I just had kids staying with me at Ground Zero. They could feel the energy, but the adults couldn't. But I'm telling you, it's the craziest energy that in a minute, it moved me across the country and across the world in the blink of an eye in like a 12-hour period in a crazy way. And like, trust me, the day before, I didn't think I was going anywhere. Like, I felt like I was never going in the craziest way. This is a powerful energy that is assisting this planet at this time in crazy, crazy ways. So you guys are energy workers. You should all be feeling this energy. You should all be feeling this energy lead you in your own everyday lives. That is your gift. We harness the elements. We're the workers, the grid workers, the energy workers in whatever capacity. But just know you're going to be really successful in everything you're doing. A lot of you guys know that I like to go ahead and I vibe in my own little groups I have on here. You guys know I have New Earth United. Make sure you're joining it because I do have new viewers and I just assume everyone knows this stuff. Join New Earth United on here. I also have 2 groups. They're both entitled Sparks of Divine Light Healing. One is a Reiki study group and for all levels, but it's not just for Reiki. It's entitled Reiki Blue Star Study Group. And there's a 420 group. Go ahead and Google Sparks of Divine Light Healing. Join these groups. It's less about what we're doing, but I can gather people in one space to activate you guys faster. If we're in one space, I can keep track of people easier and I can do my work easier. Come join my movements if you guys want to heal faster. Catherine, amazing. And look who comes. She's always responding to me. Like, can I help for your mission? Because my Reiki students that have been attuned by me, and I say Reiki loosely. I do all types of energy healing classes, okay? My energy healing students who have been attuned by me are very good channels, and they're fast to respond to these galactic callings now. Not just from me, on all levels. You guys are wondering what you can do to harness your own abilities and your own gifts. Get attuned. It's amazing to me to watch because she's been attuned and she's one of the first to respond. Anytime I'm putting out a vibrational call, I know I'm using my words right now, but I'll put out vibrational calls and they're picking them up really, really fast. And that's amazing. Your heart chakra is amazing. Okay, we have to step back from this perceived state of perfection we will ever attain. That is not the nature of humanity. We need to learn that anything perceived as negative, like a quality, is to offset something. It's actually a strength. So we have to step away from one day I can do this work and I'll have this and I'll be this. You came here that person. It's more like a stripping away and getting back to who we used to be. Like the ancients would describe this planet as like, you know, like one of those pill grinders, I guess you could like grind up natural medicine. What they would describe it like we were getting ground up and any bad quality was being taken out of us. It's more like a stripping away of who we think that we are, of who we thought we were. And, you know, being authentic is a step up from enlightenment, they say. Like enlightenment's here, being authentic is here. Because when I was about enlightenment, right, all my chakras are open. I'm enlightened. You guys can get a chakra opening, and as long as those energy vortexes are open, you guys are going to be enlightened. There are higher steps than that, though. And if you're really into enlightenment, you might be trying to fit in a spiritual box. So being authentic is going to be a step up above that always. Just know that. Yeah, this is not what we came here for. The people who think that they're in the 5D are even more fucked. The very things that I was teaching. But how else do we evolve past it unless we grasp those basic concepts? How else do we dismantle them? We had to study in those places. I had to teach you those concepts. Don't think that was a mistake either. Don't think any of that 5D twin flame stuff was a mistake. It's going to teach you more than you know in the future with me. We had to start at those places. Understand that. But the people that think that, you know, they're changed their vibe and they're living in their bubble in a 5D reality while there's still homeless people on the street and people suffering and still seeing the matrix exactly the same, how can you delude yourself into thinking that you actually are in higher dimensions right here? It doesn't work like that. So we just came for much more than this. Why does no one else think this way? Because my entire channel was shut down the second I started to put real truth out there. As long as I'm teaching the false light teachings, you know, I can go ahead and have my 20,000 followers. The second I start to really speak my own truth and the things I'm remembering and the things I access within myself, my entire channel was shut down. I'm going against the grain. I was attacked by every twin flame reader, like the astrologers, the card readers, all the people that do the twin flame work came and attacked me in our own movements, things like that. That's probably why people don't speak the truth. Maybe they haven't reached it within themselves. Like I said, I had to spend weeks flipping through my own past lives, my own Akashic, just going into it on just such deep levels. Like, I literally just spent like weeks alone in meditation on separate occasions during my Cali trip to understand myself, the things that we brought with us, and the very natures of humanity. So I just think that people are reading too much shit on Google and preaching it and reciting it back. Like, I'm watching a lot of people who used to be my students who branched off and they're now teaching, and it's just awful, the things that they're putting out there, some of these people that they just are reciting. Like, and it's like these people are just going and reading a bunch of shit and reading more and more stuff. That's a diversion. You need to get into yourself. And like I said, we've been data encrypted, because if we could understand the things that we brought in a minute, like in 1 second, I could just stop all of this for everyone. Myself, I wouldn't need any assistance in 1 minute. So it's very powerful. We have this disconnect. As much as we're going to meditate, we need to be unlocked. So it's not popular. I'm trying to, oh, I love you, Gabrielle. And you guys are. People, I don't work with the Divine Masculine again. I just had someone that I was contracted to heal that not only tried to sleep with me when I said, listen, I'm into spiritual purity. Wait, I'm into spiritual purity. You are really offending me. You better respect my boundaries or I will leave, whatever it was, right? And then like they couldn't. And then they attacked me. And I had that happen in the past where I was, working with a masculine person and then they attacked me later. So I honestly, like, my friend list hit capacity. I started to delete every guy on my page because maybe people are getting confused at the energy I'm putting out. So mainly I'm working with the divine feminine. You guys will notice that like around my movements, it's probably 80% women, like if that, maybe 90 even. And that is why I believe people are confused. That maybe they will find me, and yes, I am your soulmate. I am from your consciousness group. If you're watching this feed, I am your soulmate. That might be rare to you in your life. Maybe some people aren't at a place where I'm just manifesting all soulmates to me now. That is what I do with my energy. But that could be rare. People could find that and mistake it for a love. Like, it could feel like that. You find a soulmate, like you just want to be in love or whatever. Well, there's a lot of distortion there. I am your soulmate. I am from your soul group. And I do play an important role, but it is to help take care of our consciousness group, nothing more. So there's kind of distortions. Like, we all came as siblings before, like on a deep note. So we should feel like a resonance with each other. You guys should feel a gravitational pull to me. While you do meet like 20 soulmates a life, you guys should be feeling like an amazing pull to me, like we found something important. It took me years to find you guys. It took me years of working on my energy, figuring out what to do with it, how to encode it, and how I could put out the right vibrations to draw my soul group back to me. And that's all I've really had to do this whole time. If you're looking for the rest of your consciousness group, you can find them in New Earth United. You can find them in my network that I had to build for this consciousness group because it's so large. It would not fit on my own page. I kind of built my own grid there. And it's just been part of my mission from day one. I'm not sure exactly what we'll do with that grid. We're learning how to use it now for the first time ever. It took me 3 years to build that grid. It's built. And I'm just learning how to use it. And you guys are each a main fractal point of that grid. And I just know that if we heal these fractals, which are you guys, you'll heal everyone attached to you in your life. It's kind of like a tree. You guys are like the main branches and many come off of you. Instead of going out and trying to heal humanity, all I have to do is heal those main fractals and all of humanity heals. I can heal you, Gabrielle, and every person you've ever been connected to through you will heal too. So I find that more powerful to be playing with the grid and trying to heal it life after life. Let's see. Fiona Marie. Victory and success. You're going to be really successful at anything that you're trying to do right now. Because as we're doing this energetic work and changing our vibrational frequency, the very things that we're attracting are going to change as well. It's pretty amazing. We can take conscious control as the co-creators. I try to explain to people that we're hooked up to the consciousness grid, so we're co-creators. You did not have as much creative power as you may think before you were awake. Unless you're connected to that consciousness grid, your manifestations, unless they're for the greater good, are probably going to be shut down. And let's get real here. Those 3D manifestations are never for the greater good. They're always service of self. That's exactly why you didn't have the creative control you do now. So just be aware that it's kind of like a new game. Now that we're connected to that grid, we have so much power as conscious creators. Asperizia, I've been sending you good vibes. You can probably feel it. I don't message you guys anymore because I'm banned. I just send more energy. I hope that you had an amazing day yesterday. I'm not sure because you guys are out of touch. You guys could be messaging me on my business page if you really wanted to find me. I mean, I don't know. I was just wondering how it went. Maybe come find me. Positive movement forward. Hopefully everything's going amazing for you. I was sending you really good vibes yesterday. And I would love to hear how it went. Why don't you come business page message me? Why don't you get more interested in your Reiki? I put a check-in post up here. I'm about to go crazy in that space next in my Reiki study group. There's a lot of people that are not checking in. You guys can go ahead and join that study space. Sparks of Divine Light Healing, Reiki/Blue Star study group. You guys are all my students, whether you're purchasing something or not in that space. So there's no reason for people to not be active in that space. It's very, very important to what we're doing energetically. And it's really important you guys are taking advantage of the assistance you're being offered with me. I keep trying to tell you guys that I'm going to leave this position completely. I'm slowly being phased away. Like I said, as a healer, I do have options now as to what I can do now that I've been counseled. I've been doing more behind the scenes stuff. And I'm going to leave the public completely. I'm going to eventually evolve out of doing cards on Facebook. This is just kind of training for what I'm stepping into. And while I am here being trained for my role of service, you guys should be taking advantage of the assistance that I alone offer. Like, I'm not going to be here forever. People are just suddenly realizing that. And I have a habit of disappearing fast on people. Take advantage of it while I'm here. Like I would in a minute. You don't understand. It's not going to be offered permanently to you. So a lot of you guys are already figuring that out. You're here for a deeper wisdom. You get that through activating your DNA. You were doing so good, a lot of you guys, like with your classes. And I hate when people reach Reiki Master and deflect. That's like the biggest trap there is, right? I'm like, oh God, when I see people do that. And I have to let people learn their lessons and go. Like I said, I don't chase people. I don't babysit you for your energy work. You have to come seek me out. I'm not going to come chase you, find you, message you, ever. I don't care if you are a student or not. You guys know you have to come to me. Just know that your learning is infinite. Keep track of what you're doing. Any real wisdom is going to be on a cellular level. Maria. What happens? I don't know. I was activated again last night. So you guys are being activated through the energies a lot of the time. It really depends on this storm. This energy coming up on Monday, you're going to be activated through your sacral chakra. It is going to actually be like a sweep of it and an activation of it. So it really depends on the energies. I've been getting activated and doing energy work for the entire 3 years that I've been on this healing journey and on my mission on crazy levels. So I'm constantly doing energy work. Anytime that I activate someone, like if I do a third eye activation, I also receive one. So I used doing energy work to level up and to move up the spiritual hierarchy. So through service, like if I heal Brittany, it will heal me. Any type of energy you're putting out, you also receive. So, I mean, I used it to level up fast. I've been activating myself for a while. I just got activated again before I left with a third eye activation. So as much as you're feeling drawn, seek a healer with a high vibration. Seek a healer that's doing the work, though. It's kind of like, they say, don't go to a hairdresser that has bad hair. Don't go to someone who has bad energy. I know a lot of you guys are listening to the words. Then you wouldn't be coming to me, right? Because I sound real bitchy. So for those that are following the ego and the words, pay attention to people's energy, their vibrations. It is my intent that even me ranting, we call it level 500 today. I'm level 500 because I'm getting a lot of shit from the councils I work for about my students. So I'm going to come project it on you guys. So I'm level 500. But even at level 500, I should be uplifting you. When you get off of here, you guys should be drinking a bunch of water. Like anytime you watch my feed, drink a ton of water because I am activating you through these, okay? So drink a lot of water, but it's my intent that you feel better. That I'm going to go ahead and hack my own vibrational frequency, raise it up as high as I can. I'm going to get on this feed every day I do a live, and I'm going to go ahead and hack your vibration and bring you up. So pay attention to how people are making you feel energetically, not to how people are making you feel with their words. Because, like, I mean, I had that ex-boyfriend when I was real asleep. You guys know the Mason, right? The Templar Mason. And he sounded real good spiritually, and he knew all this stuff, and it was so amazing when I was asleep, right? It was so amazing to hear and find someone so spiritual. Okay, if I had been reading his energy, I would have ran. Let's get real. So pay attention to how people's energy is making you feel. Maria, you're working on your heart chakra. We brought so much stuff with us from past experiences. I couldn't begin to tell you the dark spaces that we manifested in the places that we resided in. So once you're done healing yourself in this life, you're going to have to go into your past. And you're going to have to heal your past. And the reason why is our past created this future. And it all ties together. You can't really have a now without healing your past or your future. Only through healing ourselves in the now and healing our past can we prevent a future that we were not ultimately very happy with. And we're all deeply connected too. Like, I don't know if you guys realize the interconnectedness of my lessons over here. A lot of people are fast to be like, oh, she's going through it, right? When I was at ground zero, if I would fail on my mission, we would all fail. If you're not doing your mission, then I will fail at mine. Your mission is contingent on mine. That's why I'm coming down on you hard. The people that are not doing their missions are ruining the ones that are. So we're all deeply interconnected too. Work on your heart chakra. I would recommend for you either like a shamanic healing package so you can do past life healing, or maybe a heart chakra activation. At any rate, it's perfect you're here. That's my main focus today, whether people realize it or not. I'm doing a lot of heart chakra healing while I'm residing where these energies exist. April, we're going to work on grounding. I'm a Taurus, so I'm earth element. I should have a grounding vibe when I'm calm, right? Like a very calming, grounding vibe. The earth's energy is powerful. We need to reside on the same frequencies of the earth. I kind of look at it like we're cells in a body. Like, let's get real. So if we're not in vibrational tune with with the earth, we might be out of whack. So the best way you can set your vibe is to get out into nature, get outside. When I was in Cali, I walked around barefoot the whole time. Like, I just got rid of my shoes eventually. Like, I just started walking around barefoot all of the time, and it was amazing. It was so grounding. I had to go to California so that I could reset my vibration to a certain caliber before I would embark on this journey, so that I could go ahead and embrace those California chilled out vibes and bring them to the United Kingdom, because California is very, very zenned out and grounded, and people in the United Kingdom are very, very ungrounded. So I was supposed to achieve this kind of zenned out nirvana vibe and bring it here on some levels. Apple Averti. And then, like I said, because someone said they had never done this feed before, my Akashic readings 101 are much different. I do past life and future probabilities. It's a little bit harder with a bunch of people to focus. So, Apple, you're working on your sacral. Like I said, this is amazing. I like the light reflections. You're working on your sacral, and like I said, this new moon energy, although it is about communication next week, it is going to do a sweep of our sacral chakras. It does not surprise me that humanity has so much healing to do with that chakra. I keep on bringing up, like, this, that's my message until next week, that people are having diabetes, kidney problems, anything with that second chakra. It's not because it's not because suddenly everyone in their family had health problems. If you have a health problem, the same as your parents, you did not inherit it from them. You just inherited their block chakra. It's something easily healable, even though the doctor will tell you, no, you've been predisposed to diabetes your whole life. No, it doesn't work like that at all. Like, it really doesn't. So if you're having the same problems as your parents, you just haven't healed them yet. We have to break these cycles. I inherited everything that my mother could not heal because she was not strong enough to. And I had to not only heal it, I had to break those karmic chains. And so if you're seeing, like, if your parents had heart problems and you have them, then you have a lot of energetic work to do. If you're sick with something, get a chakra opening. You guys will go to a doctor and get a pill before clearing the energy vortexes that are blocked in your own body that are causing these things. And any pill will just keep masking the symptoms until it gets worse and worse and worse and you pretty much die. So, maybe we could get back to understanding that energy is the future of medicine. Yeah, please share. Jeannie Guru, good morning. Base chakra, yes. How could you not have fear when we destroyed ourselves? You guys know about Atlantis destroying itself. Well, that's our future. Doesn't it look great? We destroyed ourselves with AI and technology. Sounds wonderful. Okay, that's what we came back to prevent. Pretty much in a basic level, since you guys seem to grasp that concept. So how could we feel so secure? How could we feel secure when everyone's still lost in the matrix? How many of you guys have, like, family members that are asleep in your world? Like crazy, right? You guys still are seeing people not healed around you. How could we be secure? Work on letting go of fear. That's why we have so much fear. Because we know how it plays out. Work on letting go of fear, though. Janie Brecken, you can, if anyone wants an activation in a 2-minute, just go ahead and sign up on our site. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and take a lunch break, and I'll get right on that site and get right back to you. So Janine, you are no longer waiting for the Messiah. The problem, and I don't want to get into this with a lot of religions, is that they have you waiting to die to go to heaven and thinking that you're cool the way you are. Keep judging your neighbors, and you'll get there. Okay, well, the problem with that is we should be doing inner work here. This is a school. So we should be working really hard. When you die, you can't do any work on your soul. Whatever level your soul is at, it stays at when you die in the other realms. So this is an opportunity for us to level up spiritually, to do inner work, and to purify our souls. It's a very important place to be. And it's actually one of the most sought out places to learn. There are other places, like I said, that we've incarnated into. And we seek this one because of the free will rules. It's actually the best place to learn because we have free will here, and not all places do. So take advantage of that. Use this place to heal and to learn and to work on yourself spiritually. Don't fall into those traps, like, you know, and then just like the New Age ones. No, you're good. You can go wake everyone up. The people who are asleep are as bad as wake as us. Yeah, like I said, we don't remember each other. Like, let's get real here. How much more awake are we than them? We might have gone through one layer of that veil. There's few. I had to keep going through layers. Aw, Celeste, good morning. Material harvest. We're going to manifest true abundance. And that's a vibrational frequency. And it has less to do with money and more to do with vibrational frequencies. And like I said, we're going to have to set aside what we want for the good of all to even make that possible at some point, which is kind of crazy. I know, I'm going to get off of here now. I'm going to wrap it up. That's all
right. I'm keep getting cut off.
Oh, okay, I was like, okay. Okay. Let me see, Fiona. You're having a hard time. Why don't you message me? I can ask you a couple simple questions I ask people. Mainly your astrology sign. I'll ask you a couple basic questions. I'll know right what to do with you. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, it takes 1 minute. Like, you don't understand the information I'm able to get on anyone, myself included, my mission, whatever it is. Like I said, I'm a very good receiver, and I have Akashic access, so I can see what your soul mission is, your soul path. Another tool you guys can do is we do astrology charts. That just reminded me, I owe one out, but we do astrology charts. You can go ahead and see what you were your last life and your soul mission. It'll give you a lot of information. There are a lot of tools at your disposal. Shoot me an inbox sometime, Fiona. You're here for financial and material changes, and you're not going to get that until you step onto your mission. We're going to keep creating this lack we don't like. We have to have some type of determination to put us where we need to be. Have you ever noticed that some of the ventures that you took on were very unsuccessful? That maybe some of the jobs you took on didn't go so good. Relationships, whatever it was. That's to motivate you and to show you that that was not your path. And the thing is that we have these things go wrong in our lives. Like in California, nothing went right from day one. Just trust me on that. It wasn't meant to. It was to protect me. Some of the things that we see as so negative in our lives are to protect us. Some of the things that did not work out were because it wasn't meant to, and the universe was protecting you from something that was not for your own good. So just be aware of that too. Lucky will, triumph and success. Like I said, you're not going to be successful in anything unless it involves your spiritual mission or your spiritual calling that you came here for. And since we're all healers and that is our mission, it's very important that we're embracing our authentic selves. Rachel Mace, intuition. Still making me laugh. You're on an intuitive, I can't even do it. You're on an intuitive, you're on an intuitive path to me. On some level, your internal compass is that intuitive pull. I'm always telling people that it's like a muscle. Like the reason why my intuition is so strong is because I'm using it on a daily basis with the work I'm doing. And anyone can kind of tune in and strengthen themselves. We're going to have to get back to that intuitive space, like while the rest of the world is listening to political leaders and things outside of themselves, the ones that are following their internal compass are going to be at the best place. Kiera Jones. Accelerated motion. Things, we're at this calm and this storm right now. You guys should be resting, eating high vibrational food, taking your chlorella. Also, I had to make a whole group detoxing from the matrix just because I'm telling everyone that you need to detox your third eye. We have had metals infiltrating us, and it's very, very important that you understand these metals never leave the body. They build up until you become sick on some level. So literally just know that we should be grounding right now, resting up for this space storm next week, because those that are rested are going to handle it a lot better. You guys know that I go in these cycles and I try to teach you guys. This is a galactic energy report. I'm telling you what's going to happen. You're going to get slammed with energy starting like Monday. It'll pick up intensity, maybe even the weekend. We're about to hit a galactic storm. So if you want to navigate this storm and be able to use that energy for healing and manifesting, you kind of want to be rested. So just know that things are going to start to happen rapidly around you. That we're at this nice little calm, but this is the type of energy, like I said, that will rip through your house and move you across the world in 12 hours if that's what you're meant for. So you're at a nice calm. Enjoy your cocoon. Use it to heal. Just know things are about to start happening rapidly for humanity on many, many levels, and this just wasn't it. Jennifer Harvey, oh my god, I was like, good morning. I'm loving picking up a UK audience in the morning. I'm going to start to experiment with the times of day I'm going live. You should be working on your non-romantic relationships though, and relationships around you with your soul group. It is through vibing with you guys in these spaces that we can activate each other on deeper levels. On deeper levels, just vibing around each other energetically. It's pretty amazing. I don't know, like I first started this work and I would have the usual empath problems where I felt like people were kind of draining to be around. And you'll notice that when you're vibing with your soulmates, it's a very uplifting experience. It's like, just like you guys just vibe. Like I can just talk to you guys about pretty much anything. I feel like I can just, put my whole life out there, whatever it is. Like you just meet someone and you can just talk so deeply to them about anything. It's a kind of vibrational feeling. So it's really important that we're working on those relationships. I'm going to stay on a minute. Human design is helping me see my mission more clearly. Amazing. I would love to hear about your mission, BJ, on crazy levels. We're taking back our power. And the only way that we get power is through service. And that power can be taken away just as quickly, I assure you. You guys know we have a tendency to level down a lot faster than we can level up. So it is through service. It is through being humble. It is through healing others that we get our true power. But I would love to hear about your missions. Tracy, it's okay. I'm holding contracts with all of you, so who cares about the rest of the planet? Because all I had to do is influence you guys, and you guys are going to heal the rest of the planet. all those fractals. Like I said, we heal ourselves and the planet heals. So yes, this is a call for action. That person who laughed at me, sorry, comment number 1 who laughed at me, I don't remember the name. I don't have to. It's okay, because I'm an employee of the universe. Like, I'm a very real employee. Like, I look at my mission like I really work for the universe. Like, I'm a galactic employee, okay? So I'm kind of laughing right now, too, because I'm kind of horrified. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, on very real levels, because I've been there. And I'm very consciously aware, and I hold memory of these council meetings. It's not like I'm going and doing this without memory. Like I said, I've bypassed those veils, and I have my real memories back. So I'm holding memory of how these meetings and interactions are going, and I can't wait till this person gets counseled and has to make a choice. Do I die and leave my kids, or actually step onto my mission? And it will be so much harder. If you think this is funny, that I'm working triple because you're not on your mission, then you're fucked up. Like, for real. Like, I don't know what I can do to get through to people. Some people, it's like talking to a wall. So that's why we made these contracts. So that we will be in a position to make people obligate them, or they could go home. Because I'm looking at, like, you're either part of the problem or the solution. You're either going to step onto your whole healing path, or you're taking up space and harming people. You're either healing yourself others, or you're going to be part of the problem. And there's just so many people on this planet right now, and so much confusion, that people are going to be removed that are not on their missions, in a very serious note. And I don't think you guys are ready for that. We did come here to liberate. And if you get removed, you will do another cycle, which is 75,000 years on another planet where everyone's service to self is going to die and go to. It sounds like hell to me. It really sounds like 3D hell, that everyone who couldn't step up and make the cut is going to die. Like, this energy is healing me and activating me. It's actually rapid aging and killing people, and they're going to die and go to this other planet. And I've seen this other planet. I've seen how it looks. I've seen everything about it. It pretty much seems like 3D hell to me. Like, you really want to incarnate back for another cycle with everyone that services self right now. Because we have a choice of shifting to a timeline where every single person on the planet is service of others, is helpful, is there for the good of all. And that's the new reality that we're creating. So it's really important that we're choosing wisely right now. So Tracy, admit defeat. Maybe you guys should admit you don't know what your missions are if you're not on them. That's the best starting place. The people that will come to me, and the people that are coming to me and saying, I don't know what my mission is. Can you tell me? That's the best starting place. It really is. At least then you have intent to be on your mission. And intent is all you need to really change your whole reality. So that's very powerful. Hand it over to the universe. You have to realize what you wanted, that American dream bullshit that wasn't working out, is just not as important as the path the universe has you on as a spiritual healer and a spiritual teacher. So if things were not working out in your life, they were not meant to. That is not who you are. That is the illusion and who they sold you to as. The thing is, it's hard for people, like, before I had all of my memories back, and I was just getting like glimpses and trying to go into my past to heal it. I had this disconnect when I first started to access these things. Like, this is who I am this life, right? This is who I identify as. And when I was looking back at these other lives, there was such a disconnect between myself as a person now and who I was in these past experiences that we have little recognition or memory of. There was such a disconnect for me. And now I realize that we have to get past who we are now, who we think that we are this life. Because who you were before this role was so much more. You would die. Who you were before this life was so much more than these limited roles that we took on. We hide in these spaces. I hide in this personality for my own protection so that I can keep what I brought here secret. We learned valuable lessons in the dark ages. We were tortured for what we hold. We were killed by these systems. It was a lot worse in past times than even these lives. So we have this fear. But we also chose these roles that would ensure we could hide successfully. So some of you guys had these lives that you don't really like. Maybe you had fucked up family problems. You know, you were the ones with the lower, whatever it was. That was to protect what you brought. Because you're so powerful that we needed these spaces to hide in for what we're trying to do. Keep that in mind. Gabrielle, you're doing amazing. Like, the people around me, I see you. I see you on a daily basis. I don't just, come on my feeds. I'm putting in 15-hour days and have been since day one. Trust me on that. I put in long hours. I work double. I work my site and a whole separate mission. So I put in long work. You're doing amazing. Like, so amazing. You guys should just be so proud of you and where you're at energetically. The Great Awakening. How about there's no awakening? Sorry, I hate that. The Great Awakening. Fuck that awakening. There are many levels of lucidity. Like I said, we're just going to keep expanding consciousness. The people look at it like these events, the awakening. People will awake. Like I said, you're not any more awake than the people who are asleep, I assure you. What? Because you're collecting crystals and spiritual shit and you guys have a good talk, you think it makes a difference energetically? No, there's no Great Awakening. This is it. This is not how it's going to happen. There will be a merger of timelines. And those that are tuned into the consciousness grid will see it. But there's no event like awakening. That's what they're teaching you. To look forward to something in the future. An awakening that might happen. Why does everyone have you waiting for a future event that may or may not come? Why are we not focused on the now? We don't need to awaken to do this. We only need to access the things that we brought and to remember. So I'm not looking forward to any awakening. It can happen in your reality. You can manifest anything you want. That's the beautiful thing about reality. It's more like a video game, and anything you can think of, you can create. And you're going to see an awakening if that's what you believe. But in my reality, no. Let's just stay in the now. How about we don't need to wait for an awakening? We don't need to wait for anything. We can just do this now. We don't need to purify anymore. We could do this second. We can change it all now. So I don't like these philosophies that are keeping people waiting. I think that we need to stay in the now. And we need to get back to ourselves and what we brought. Work on your heart chakra. That's how you liberate. A fucking awakening. I'm going to liberate my whole consciousness group. Fucking awakening. You're all enslaved and so am I. And I'm going to seek a deeper liberation that will hopefully liberate our entire consciousness group. That's what I'm about. I don't know what you're doing with your mission or your life. It's really amazing. I'd love to hear about it. But for me, I'm seeking a liberation. I'm not seeking an awakening. I'll liberate asleep for all I care. I'll liberate asleep. You think I'm joking? I will liberate my entire consciousness group, awake or asleep or not, on deep levels. And I'm halfway there. So just keep on working on your heart chakra. It is only through repairing and healing our past life, hurt, pain, and everything we brought with us with that chakra now that we can liberate. Even the Law One teaches that. If you want to liberate, it's through your heart chakra. It is through love. So keep on working on your heart chakra. I'm going to keep on working on liberation. And it's amazing because that heart chakra and my liberation go hand in hand, like I just said. That only through your heart chakra can you liberate. So work on your heart chakra so that you can participate in the liberation that I am going to invite you all to eventually. Wait, I see Amy, I can't find her last name. Oh, Amy M. Lee. Amazing. I know, right? I can be tricky. I don't like to put out too much on video. There is very real knowledge that if we put it out on video, it will be used against us. Unfortunately, I would not agree with a lot of the places that hide this knowledge. It's real crazy, but I can see why they do now. So the teachers and the spiritual ones are usually very adept at hiding too. It can take some discernment. A lot of the people, like, look at the Pope. Let's talk about the Pope. I love that topic. Let's look at the churches and some of these spiritual leaders. The ones that you've been taught to go to, like the Vatican, right? They're real amazing. The ones that are truly spiritual are not going to be in those roles. The ones that hold the wisdom are going to stay more hidden behind the scenes. I hate getting on camera. Anyone knows me, it takes me like 20 minutes to get in a live. I hate getting on camera. It's everything I'm not about. But I have to make myself for the good of humanity. It's something that I had to do to step outside my comfort zone. We need to move on from these kind of philosophies. The Matrix is backwards. It's pretty much everything they tell you not to do, I don't do. It's like, oh, well, they tell you that's good for you, it'll probably kill you. It seems like everything's kind of backwards here to me. Like the ones that are said to be helping or harming, whatever it is. Just try to move on from anything and anyone not serving you. It will make your roles easier, and I'm telling you, you're gonna lose your houses, your cars, and everything in the blink of an eye. And I want to know how you would feel if that happened this second, because it's about to happen like crazy, and that's what I'm helping prepare for. And how would you feel if you were left with just yourself, like none of your shit, none of your clothes, nothing? Like if it was just you and you were just to walk away from this, how would you feel energetically right now? Because a lot of you guys are still buying crystals and stuff like that. You're going to lose the crystals too later. I'm horrified at looking at all my Reiki students buying crystals this morning all over my page. And I'm just like, you should be finishing your energy work, because I understand this deeply now. And I see this deeply. And I don't think people are, as much as I'm repetitively giving you these messages the past 2 weeks to get. This is a call for action. If you're not on your mission, you're going to be cited for non-compliance, and I'm even going to be one of the ones that are helping with that. And you should step away from the material now and focus on yourself energetically. It's the best advice I can give you, but I'm seeing that even my students are not listening to me. Did you guys want to keep living in this reality? Or at some point, I think we agreed to set aside everything for the good of all. I think you guys know that this reality is not working. This reality is not working. As long as one person's in pain, it is going to weigh down all of consciousness. It is not working. As much as we can delude ourselves with these kind of teachings, it's not working on every level. Oh, Jamie, I'm sending you crazy Reiki. You know that I'm using this feed to connect worldwide. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can feel my energy crazy. Or you should be able to. Trust me. So I'm sending you crazy good energy. I'm trying to read these. I'm going to wrap it up. You know you don't want to come back to this realm. Get on your mission then, or you're not going to come back to this realm. You're going to go to one that's worse. It looks a lot darker. This is like a place, we can manifest places of light here. It looks like complete darkness to me. I don't think you're going to find a lot of light there. You'll be so miserable after doing another cycle, you wouldn't even have your light there. Think about how we started out here, right? It would be like this, but it would be like coming to the beginning of our cycle here. And that was all darkness and dark places until we evolved to that place of light. We're in the 75,000 year part of it later. So imagine doing another cycle. Like, I have great concern for a lot of the people in our group that they might get trapped through being on drugs. There's a few people in our movements that are on drugs. If you have attachments, I've heard that cigarettes can make you reincarnate back here because it is an addiction on a soul level. Any type of addictive personalities, ditch it quick. Luke Ray, deja vu, that's more your memories. Like I said, you've lived out this entire life before. You've seen it before. That's not deja vu. You're remembering that you've lived this moments before. Like I said, that is what we're doing here. We're trying to save ourselves. We don't have an obligation to anyone but ourselves here. There is only us on crazy levels. So you've seen that, Luke, play out before. Any obstacles or blocks are ones that we've taken and placed upon ourselves. We can go ahead and keep blaming our families and everyone around us, but at some level, we have to start to take personal responsibility for the things that we're choosing to take on. You could heal those things. I had a very fucked up childhood. Beyond belief. I don't know. Like, just crazy things that I don't even think I could ever really put out there. Crazy things. Brittany's hitting the love. Her too. Crazy shit we went through, okay? I healed all of that. My family, they might not have been able to, but I was able to. So just my journey alone, I knew right away that me going on feed, coming off of drugs, cigarettes, everything, right, was to show people that anyone could heal. No one is past healing. We can heal any of this stuff. I don't care if it's ADHD, autism, those things are very easily healable to me. We can heal anything in a deep kind of way. So people will teach you that you're broken. They love to tell you that there's something wrong with you in society. If you go to a doctor, they'll never say that you're fine and go meditate, right? Or go eat some good food. They will give you a prescription. They will send you to a psychiatrist. They might send you for some unnecessary blood work and to, like a heart specialist. They will sell you on the fact that there's something wrong with you and that you're broken. And that is an illusion. You were actually born perfect and amazing, and we might have just had some work to do here that was very spiritual in nature. So people are selling you on these illusions that you're broken. I think if we remember who we were and who we were before this life, we would never let these lives limit us ever again in crazy, crazy kind of ways. I'm going to let you guys go, but I'm going to tell you that if you're not on your mission, you should probably be inboxing me, going and checking out my site, maybe checking out my healing classes to get you started there. I had to spend a lot of money and a lot of time in a 3D job that I did not like to extract myself. And I do all of my work very, very inexpensive because it's my goal to get the healers on their mission. Trust me, I don't do this job for money. You guys will notice that if you know me. It is to put you on your mission. Take advantage of that while I am here assisting, because this is not always going to be my situation like I keep explaining to you guys. If you're not sure what you could be doing, I'm here all day long. What excuse do you have to not shoot someone a message and say, hi, how do I know you? Like, what excuse? What are you doing better with your life than feeling the need to assist humanity? What are you really doing? I had someone tell me they couldn't do their mission because they had 2 kids. I did that training program in Cali with 2 students who had 2 kids. They just went through Jedi training with their kids. So I know people will give you so many excuses. I'm busy at my job. I don't have time to text you. Whatever it is. Those are not going to work on galactic levels. They might convince you of why you're not on your mission, but they are no longer going to work. So really think about things. Think about what your purpose is here. Are you on your mission? Or are you going to be someone who is going to message me so I don't have to pull you in front of galactic councils? And I'm going to tell you, a lot of you guys see me busting my ass on a daily basis. I do that to move up that hierarchy. So if I am on that contract, which I am with you, I have a lot to say in what happens with your contract regarding your mission. Because a lot of you guys are at a place where your mission has been halted without realizing it or not. You need training. Maybe some of you guys need healer training. I had to go ahead and take my classes as part of my contracted training before I could step into my role or my mission as a healer. I had to go ahead and take those same energy healing classes. I'm just going to say it. So if you've contracted to take classes with me and you have not taken them, you will not be able to move forward on your role as a healer. That is going to halt you completely. So a lot of you guys are at a place where your mission has been halted before it's even been started because you're not obligating your healer training. I don't know what your case is. You can always go ahead and message me, and it's more on an individual basis. But things to think about of why you're not on your mission. You have no more excuses. It's time is now. Let's step up. And like I said, I've been sending you guys a crazy heart chakra activation. So make sure you guys are drinking a lot of water too. Clearly it works better on a one-on-one individual basis, but I'm still going to keep putting the right intent out and the right vibes. I'll be back live tomorrow. I'm here for Akashic work and healing work today, and my inbox is open. Make sure you're sharing this as well. Like I said, every person on this planet is actually contracted to be assisting. So your family is too. The people you see as asleep, your relatives, your friends, they are too. And they will not wake up. You can keep trying to wake them up with your spiritual philosophies. That will not work. Only through doing your own activations and energy work, activating your DNA, and doing what you need to do will those people heal. So if you're trying to make changes outside of yourself, it'll never work. That's the illusion. It's a reflection. It's like going to a mirror reflection. Like I don't like my hair and trying to change the mirror. It would never work. So go within and take a step back from that illusion. It's only in activating and healing yourself that you will affect the people around you in deeper levels. I'm going to let you go on that note. Love and light.